Okay folks, here's that yellow truck that's been kicking my butt, but guess what? Today I got in another F150 and it's a 2004. Same transmission. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to do some testing on this computer. It doesn't have the same issue. And what I did, I cut that wire, which is a shift solenoid B wire, and I am going to test this shift solenoid B wire and see what it is doing and compare it to that yellow truck over there. Remember, the yellow truck had 4 volts on there. So I am going to see what this shows when I turn the ignition on here. Okay, on this new F150 that came in over here, the yellow one is sitting over there, but over here I'm hooked here to the B wire, shift solenoid B, which is violet with the orange. And what I'm going to do is turn the ignition on. The solenoid's supposed to be off. It should show 12 volts. Battery grounded, it would be 0.3, something like that, and it would show that when the shift solenoid is commanded on. So on this one here, it should show 12 volts when I turn the ignition on. Okay, so 12 volts should show when I turn the ignition on here. And I'm going to turn the ignition on. As I said, I have the positive probe on shift solenoid B wire, and I have the black probe on the negative battery terminal. Okay, now I'm going to turn the ignition on. We're going to see what the voltage is. Alright, see the volts is 11.86. I'm going to start it up. Alright, you see it's at 12, battery voltage. Okay, so this shift solenoid B wire has the right voltage on it. Okay, now turn this off. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take this test light that I have, and I'm gonna put the alligator clip on the negative, and then I'm gonna touch that wire over there, the shift solenoid B wire. Now I had it the wrong way the first time. I had it on positive in the video, I think the previous video, the positive, and I had the alligator clip on positive, and I had this touching the shift solenoid B wire. When I turned it on, you saw the light would be dim. It would come on dimly. It did the same thing with this one. Okay, so you don't want to use that test. Well, what you want to do, one, is what I just did now. Check to see the voltage just coming out, and you see 12 volts. Now, you're going to take this test light and put it on battery negative. Right, and the light is on. Okay, I don't know if you can see that, but I'm touching the positive. The light is bright. Right there. Now, the light is not on. The connector for the test light is on battery negative, and there's the meter there, and I'm going to turn the ignition on. Okay. But 11.28 volts was like battery voltage. Is a nice bright light. Okay. So that is working. What is on now? when that get grounded, the light should go off. The test light should go off. If this shift solenoid becomes grounded, the test light should go off. All right, so we're not going to test that on this. What I'm going to do is go over to the yellow truck, and I'm going to let you see what is actually happening when I have the same setup on the other computer that's in the yellow truck. Okay, I'm back over to this old yellow truck over here, and I have the same hookup that I had on that tan truck, and this is on shift solenoid B wire. So you saw on the tan truck over there, I was checking, it was 12 volts with the ignition on. So I am going to turn ignition on back on this yellow truck, and let's see what we get. So if you can see that, it's 4.75, 4.8. Okay, so you get a chance to see. Now, this is closer to ground than it is to not being grounded, which is turning it on, because you know, it's not at 12 volts, it's not at 5 volts, 6, it's closer to 0. So therefore it's grounded. According to the computer, it's grounded, and how it's acting is grounded. But one thing you will see, let me take this off, bring it there. And that is the test light is on. Okay, let me just set it down. Okay, that test light is on, but there's only 4 volts showing. Okay, but the test light is still being lit. Now if we take this test light and touch battery positive, you see it lights even more. It's brighter. Okay, so I'll go down here and test it. It's not as bright. I get back up here, test positive, it's brighter. Sometimes it's hard to tell things that way. So I got another test light. It still lights it up, but it does have a voltage meter in there to show you how many volts is going through it. I ran into this problem before with a Dodge Ram, which I made a video on, where the computer was lighting the test light, but it was dim and I couldn't tell, which made me get this other type of test light, and it will show you. Okay, what I have is this other type of test light right here, which has a meter window on there. Okay, it seemed to only work one way. You have to have it hooked to negative and then touch the positive. If you put it on positive, touch the negative, it won't light up, won't show anything. So it has to be negative, the alligator clip on negative, and then the probe touch positive. So what I'm going to do on this, okay, if I touch this right here, you see it showing 12 volts. 12 point, let's see, turn this around. 12.0 volts. Okay, now you see the meter showing 4.7. Now when I and it lit up also, you see it lights up a bit right there. Now if I touch this, you see it lights up also, but it's showing 4.6 volts going through there. So this test light is good to let you know, even though it lights up, there's not the right amount of voltage going through. Right now it's not grounded. It's not supposed to be grounded, but according to this it is. That's why the light is dim or at 4.5 volts. Okay, all right, so I'm glad that other vehicle came in. There's the meter still showing 4.7, so I was able to check it. I was going with the computer anyway, But now I'm glad to see that it's verified. Let's get this yellow truck out of here. Whew. This is the old computer. And there is the new one. In drive gear now. Now I'm going to hold the brake and press on the throttle. Now it's going up. It's going up like it's supposed to. It's not dropping down to 0. Look at that. That's just so beautiful. Boy, this. Alright, so when I press on the accelerator, it got the line rise. Oh, you know, this thing really did kick my tail. Now, if I let it shift it, let me see, first, second, it should drop. Let me see first. Now the solenoid is off. Back on, okay. Now it's working. I'm back in first gear. Solenoid is off. When I shift and think into third gear, it should lose pressure out of the forward clutch tap. Now I got the... Okay. Alright, the ABS and stuff is coming on. Alright, let me get this on the road now, because... Alright.